Hey everyone. This I'm in so much pain. It is unflippin' believable and my hands hurt like shit, yeah? But I'm ignoring all of that because I have to make a video because I am standing in Noodle Lovers in Bacchus Marsh. So for anyone that's anywhere around here, you must come here because I honest to God reckon these people are the best noodle people ever. Honestly ever. Yeah? So, right. Here's this thing, and I may have talked about it before, right? This particular place does whatever they do with their tofu, it's like magic, right? Now, when we arrived, I immediately saw that there wasn't any. And then there's this lovely young lady, obviously, who served us. And I asked about the tofu, right? Because it's like magic tofu. I think that's how I explained it to Merv in the past, right? I've been a vegetarian for 9 years, right guys? So obviously I've used and I've cooked tofu a lot of times. Now this lovely lady wasn't sure they had any. She thought they might have been out, right? But she double checked with her boss. And lucky for us, they have tofu. And not even, hold on, let me think this right. I'm registering the radio zone, so I might get copyrighted, so I apologize. I'm standing in a freaking shop. But I'm actually watching him, how he does it, yeah? So it kind of feels like Christmas for me right now, because it is exactly the same tofu that I use, but I've now figured out where I've been going wrong. Step one, I make the cups way too big. So I figured that part out. So I'm gonna keep watching, and then hopefully, maybe I'll be able to do it myself. So, we are having a great day. All right, people. I'm gonna walk out of here for a bit. Oh, we're gonna keep watching. I'm just gonna sum up. We viewed 2 properties this morning. The first one was so small, it would not have even fit the couch in the living room, kitchen, dining area, right?
That's correct.
It was so tiny, our couch wouldn't fit, yeah? The second one we looked at was nice, but already has applications in. They do the rent really differently. They do the rent differently, right? Now, I've rented in Melbourne before, as we know, both privately and through real estates, yeah? So I'm aware of the whole working out the rent per calendar fucking month, yeah? So, oh Jesus, I'm losing it. For example, they'll say that the rent is $450, yeah? Oh wait, I've just remembered my phone stand is in my car. I take the damn thing with me everywhere, which is a bit funny, isn't it? It's like right at me. Anyway, let me think, people, let me think. Let me try to put this phone into here without losing all of this, hey? Alright, I gotta go watch them cook it, alright? At least now you're on a stand. Alrighty. So, we haven't done the tofu, have we yet? So how did you put it in? Just the same? I missed it. Alright, we're going to have to go back through this because I obviously missed it.
Fried it off.
So yeah, okay, so he fried it off with oil, yeah? Yeah.
And then put it into the main dish.
Easy peasy. So my biggest issue has been the size of the cutting.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go keep talking to these guys. Thank you, darling. I watched how he cut it and I just listened to how he cooked it. I know 100% where I'm going wrong now, at least, but in the same token, I've never seen it cut like the way it's cut at this noodle place. So it's no wonder it tastes like 1,000 times better because it's so thinly cut and then it's fried up. It's unbelievable. Anyway, these houses. So the first house, like the bedrooms. So a lot of the houses are all like 4 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. So the master has the ensuite in the walk-in robe, right? And they listed it. So the 2 we saw today listed at $450 a week. Yeah. First house could not fit the couch into the living room if we tried. I see that to my sister on message. She cracks me up, yeah. And she said something like, because I said to her, you know, we were actually halfway through applying for this particular house, because at first we were just going to be like, apply, yeah? And then view and go from there. We have reassessed that today after viewing 2 properties. That is definitely not what we will be doing. Side note, a couple of days ago I read an article, like a news article, yeah, about a family of 4, so mum, dad and 2 kids, yeah. They were travelling Australia, living in their caravan, right, and staying in free parks. And it was a fascinating article, right? And I said to Merv, I said, I would much rather be staying in a free one, not gonna lie. Yeah, we have a generator, the gas, hot water's fixed, we've everything we need, all that stuff, yeah. The only thing we'd have to do is obviously be more conservative with water and then fill up the water when it needs to be done. Easy peasy. The reason I'm saying that, yeah, is because I said to my sister this morning on message, I was like, you know, this is the one I was halfway through applying for yesterday, but all houses have to go through this like special, well not all, but like basically every house I've looked at so far online goes through this particular website. And it's like you set up this account. Did we get, oh we got chopsticks, yeah? Yeah. Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm just got to sit down, hun. Yeah, so they all go through the site, yeah? And I've been doing it all on my phone, right? Oh, God almighty. My pain levels have been like steadily increasing, yeah, over the past number of days, week, right? But today is 100% the day. Okay, put I'll take them, hold on. Thanks, darling. Can you just make sure the thing goes on mute like immediately, even though there's a good chance I fucked it up being in a restaurant. Anyway, no, not for you, and I'm in too much pain. It's down here. So today is the worst pain day I've had.
Oh
yeah, thank you. In as long as I can possibly remember. Yours is a bit different to mine though. My ringtone is Sweet Transvestite, yeah? Yours is just a ringtone, yeah? Boy, do I love the looks I get when my phone rings out in public. The cool people appreciate it. Anyway, pain levels so bad. So the first house, like I said, we were originally going to just apply. Seemed like a good idea at the time. $450 a week rent is not $450 a week rent in Melbourne is not the same thing as. Are we going past Woolworths or straight home?
I got Woolworths logged in there.
I need chocolate cake. $4.50 a week rent in Melbourne. Oh God, that looks close, but you're clear. Does not mean the same thing as $4.50 a week rent in Queensland. Doesn't mean the same thing, right? Now, in Queensland, $4.50 a week rent meant $1,800 a month, right? And I think, do we just pay on the first of the month or something? It's like, I don't know how it was worked out, but it was like the same date. Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, my point being, I talk with my hands always, and holy dooly, the amount of times if I told myself to stop moving my hands because of how badly they hurt, and then I completely forget anyway. So where was I at? In Queensland, when the rent went to $4.50 a week, it meant that we were paying $1,800 a month, right? So $900 each. Every single property down here, and we had it confirmed by someone we spoke to, is calculated at a calendar month, right? Now, I'm fairly certain they were calculated like that even when I lived here and went through real estate. But when I was working it out per calendar month, it still wasn't coming in the same amount as what they were saying online that it would be. I think it was like a $5 difference or something, but I just couldn't work out where in the calculations, right? Because I was working it out at $450 a week times 52 weeks in a year divided by 12 months, right? And that equals $1,950 a month. And that's a fuckload more than $1,800. But online it says $1,955. And I just couldn't figure out where the extra $5 was coming from. So this morning, like we said, we had one planned. There were numerous properties we wanted to see in the same area, but given it's been Easter, it's not exactly like we've been able to pre-book it. The house that I want to see the most, like the one I really, really, really want to see at an earlier inspection, but can't be because it's still got tenants in it, is Friday at 5 p.m. Yeah. And anyway, so we'd already emailed there. We were halfway through, literally applying for the one we saw this morning, having not yet seen it. But the system was driving me crazy, right? Because I was filling them all in, and then it was disappearing. I said to Merv this morning that I'm over the moon grateful that it did that, and obviously I just count that as the universe doing me a favour, because I would have had to withdraw the offer anyway, because quite simply put, we're not applying for it, we have no interest. And I was telling my sister, I sent her a message saying the first house was way too small, right? The road?
Fire or traffic.
Oh yeah, lights are flashing. What is it? It looks like
Booze
an
bus.
ambulance. Oh, it's a booze bus. I think it's on the other side, isn't it? Not that it really makes any difference, you know. That manifested me a driver. And he got nothing in his system. Yeah, it's on the other side. Anyway, I think the message literally was something quite silly and simple when it was like, we've just seen the first house. It's a hell of a lot of people, eh? CCTV and
Drugs as well.
drugs as well.
Yeah.
How can you tell the difference?
Because of the bus, the normal
Breath 1 doesn't have the bus there.
Yes,
Okay.
it does. A lot of the time. I have so been through a breathalyzer that has the big buses that says
Yeah.
drugs on it as well, but not
Yeah.
drug tested.
Yeah, drugs as well. Yeah.
Believe you me. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know. I've never been drug tested on the side of the road. Thankfully. Like, pretty sure I've got, like, I'll have THC in my system constantly. You know? Big reason why I wanted to manifest me a driver. You know? Though I do need to research the laws because this state, Melbourne, is currently, as far as I know, the only state that are looking into making the laws make more sense for people like me who are prescribed it, right? Because I haven't had any today. Oh yeah, I had a 15 fucking whatever. My brain ain't working. Yeah, it's done literally nothing. So cognitively, I'm exactly the same, and unfortunately, physically, I'm in like a. How do I put this? I may as well have not taken nothing. Like I honestly would not waste my money on getting anything that level again. Like I have to take 2 of them to get any effect. Yeah. I'm trying to work out where exactly we are. Oh no, I know. I think this is the way I used to come back from Cassidy's. But my point is, pretty sure I smoked a bong last night or 2.
Yeah.
So I went a number of days without having like any at all. And then I had a day where I only used the liquid vape, which the nighttime fucking Jesus, the road is bumpy. The nighttime cartridge is doing what all of them have done, which is leaking, and then it's fucking with the pen, and it's just took some doctor work yesterday to even get any of it to work, or whenever it was. My point being, I've had nothing in the sense of vaping, smoking, all that kind of stuff today. I will be the second I fucking get inside, don't get me wrong. But obviously I have THC in my system. Yeah, that's a given. And anyway, I've talked for way too long. It's 18 minutes, holy dooly. Right, let me finish what I was saying. I text my sister saying, we've just seen the first house. It's way too small. It wouldn't even fit the couch, let alone the couch and the dining table, into the combined dining and living area. And she messaged me back something, and you all know me, you can't quote me on anything because I don't know enough, but this is vaguely, and I'm aware my sister watches a lot of these, so like obviously I'm not talking crap. Yeah, I think her first question was something along the lines of like, how big is the couch? Yeah, and I wrote, I think I explained it in the sense of it's really big, right? I purposely went shopping for the biggest couch I could get, right? Spent a stupidly ridiculous amount of money on a couch. I paid like $1,450, or yeah, like $1,400. Nearly $2,500 I paid for the couch that we have, right? And what makes it even funnier is the fact that I bought the couch that we have because of its size, because time, Merv had 4 jumbo recliners, yeah? But he'd had them for a very long time, and they were no longer, like, they were originally bought for comfort and support for people, like your back, right? And, like, Merv has, is it nerve damage too? Merv has nerve damage done to his back too that he's medicated for, right? And in their prime, when the lounges would have been new, they would have been amazing, right?
Certainly were.
Yeah, like even like you could see that, like yeah, but they were no longer in their prime. They were quite far past their prime.
Oh, they were over 10 years old.
Yeah. And not in a bad way, like we cleaned these all up, we got them looking amazing and we sold them for like 150 each. What did you say? Let's chuck them up for 50 and I'm like, seriously, let Liv deal with all this stuff, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
But because of the level of pain that I live in, yeah, I couldn't use them, right? And the other couch, like, so Merv still had them. I've got photos. God, if I know which ones I put up, what ones I haven't. So the way his living room was set up, if you just think of a normal living room, you got the TV at the front, right? And then you had 2 recliners on this side, and then 2 recliners on this side, and at the back was this, like, very small, short back 2-seater. And Merv's reasoning for buying it makes 0 sense. Doesn't it, darling? Would you like to explain it while we're at the light, or would you like me to explain it how I remember?
Oh, basically it was so that I could sit on it, put my feet up and get comfortable, but it turned out that it was too small. I couldn't fit on it, but I wasn't as small as I am now.
The first thing that comes to my mind, right, when you hear that is, did you not sit on it when you bought it? When you tried it out? No?
I sort of did.
Obviously not the way I do. So when I'm buying something that's like furniture, like, let's face it, you know, like, I can ask pretty much anyone any question ever, right? And for whatever magical ability I have, I get away with it, yeah? And not only do I get away with it, because I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, right? I think the world we live in is backwards. And that none of it makes any sense. And if you all live to the logic that my mind lives like, which is very, very deep and philosophical, and I'm fairly certain I'm here on earth to fucking do something about it. Not fairly certain, 100% certain. It'll happen. I've just turned 40. I'm a young spring chicken. But you can imagine, Merv and I have had a many conversation about so many things, right, my darling?
Absolutely.
And all the things that my mind doesn't understand in this world, but I've explained in logic according to what I see. What would you say? Do I have to get out of the car?
No.
So you don't have to, yeah. What would
Leave
you
it
say
running.
to yeah, please leave it running. What would you say to these lovely people before you leave?
In relation to the conversations we've had,
In relation to everything that makes no sense to me, yet I've explained to you all the logic and how I see it,
yeah,
what would you explain that as? Do I make sense?
you do. When you explain it, you make perfect sense.
But we've had 100 conversations, yeah?
You have.
And it's like there are many things that I don't understand in this world, as you know.
Yeah.
Because none of them make any freaking sense, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've put you on the spot.
No.
But you've said it a lot yourself, but I don't want to be saying it. It's like, I've explained my logic to you.
Yeah.
How, what I think deeply, philosophically, and all the rest of it, big picture-wise, is all based on practicality and logic.
Yeah.
Like maths.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all logical, and most of the people, they don't seem to use logic. They just go by
Yeah,
What's always been?
yeah. That's not what I'm trying to ask you, but I think you're confused.
Probably.
I'm literally saying to you, okay, remember the conversation we were having the other night, and it was like, I said to you, I'm going to write all this stuff down because how I see the world is
Yeah.
completely different to everyone else.
Yeah.
But my way of seeing it with logic and common sense, which is totally different to the rest of the world.
Mhm.
You've always told me.
You look at the world uniquely different.
Yeah, but you've always told me how I look at it makes sense.
Yeah.
And now you're sort of like, this
No,
is
no,
a
no,
video
no,
going up
yeah.
online, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
The way you look at it,
what
it does
the
make
fuck
sense.
am I, you know, like,
Yeah, it makes sense. Of course it does. And you're getting a bit wobbly there, darling.
yeah, because I'm in shock right now because I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying something to a bunch of people following me
Yeah.
about conversations you and I have had hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And yet when I ask you about it, all of a sudden you've no fucking idea what I'm talking about.
No, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah, the conversations we had, the way you explain it, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, this is why my sister says things like, I don't know if Merv would ever see my point of view, but Merv just agrees with everything you say. And it's like, bullshit.
Yeah.
This has not gone how I thought it would. This has really messed with my head if you can't tell. So he's going to go and get chocolate cake. We have lunch. And I just need to listen to Frankfurter. This got weird.
I'll be back.
Talk to you later.